A very warm welcome to everyone joining us for this year's Norway Chess and Norway Chess Women. What started out as a top-class chess event has turned into a global sensation since 19-year-old Gukesh beat the GOAT Magnus Carlsen and captured the attention of the entire world. The two are still in the race for the first place, but they are not alone. The field is incredibly tight, and with only 2 rounds to go, anyone can still win the tournament. Both Norway Chess and Norway Chess Women are heading for a dramatic photo finish. We are live from the beautiful city of Stavanger in Norway to bring you all the excitement of top-level chess, as well as to help you learn about this wonderful game, how the pieces move, how to checkmate your opponent so that you can beat your friends and colleagues in case you are about to get interested in this beautiful game and sport. I am your host, International Master Anna Rudolph, and I'm joined by an exceptional team of pundits here in the studio. We've got world-class commentator and coach Grandmaster Christian Kirilla.
Good to see you, Anna, as always.
Indian chess legend and a 5-time world chess champion Vishwanathan Anand.
Nice to be here, Anna.
And chess journalist and New in Chess editor Dirk-Jan Huizendam.
Wonderful to be here, Anna.
The stakes are so high, Christian, as high as 1,690,000 Norwegian crowns in each tournament. That is Norway Chess and Norway Chess Women, 2 tournaments running parallelly in the same playing hall with the same format and the same prize fund. This is a groundbreaking initiative by Norway Chess to set a new standard and promote gender equality in the sport. And when it comes to today's round at Norway Chess Women, there is going to be so much to look forward to. Dirk-Jan, what would you highlight as the key game of the day in your opinion?
Well, I would say there's 2 key games. There's the leader, Ampi Conero, against Lei Ting-jae, and there's Ju Wen-jun and Anna Muzychuk, who are very close behind. And yeah.
Let's take a look at this one. Hikaru Nakamura facing Arjun Erigaisi. It seems like it's 0-0 in that one with 2 draws. No decisive results between these 2 players. Definitely looking for that one. Gukesh defeated Wei twice in their respective career. Wei definitely will be looking to stop the Gukesh train. And of course, the big marquee matchup of the day is Magnus Carlsen. 14 victories against Fabiano's only 6 with 40 draws. These 2 players know each other so well.
But instead what we have is a tournament that is wide open and the El Clasico that will potentially decide a huge part of that leaderboard. Who is going to be the first one, the one that's standing at the very top after today's game?
Vishy, what's your prediction?
I think it could go either way depending on Magnus's mood, but I'll just point out one thing. He does have a second strategy, which is to draw this game, go for the Armageddon. Given his past record, he has a right to believe that he's probably the favorite in Armageddon. In fact, he chose this exact strategy for the World Championship. Drew the 12th game because he thought, I can go for the Armageddon.
He was even better in the 12th game.
Exactly.
And he decided draw, yeah.
So he can do that, and he only needs an Armageddon win to catch up with Fabi. So that's just one argument. I don't know that he will do that to this, but he has 2 reasonable choices.
And while Fabiano is thinking, let's also take a look at Norway Chess Women and the game of the leader at Norway Chess Women, that is Ampi Conero. She's got the black pieces today. She is ahead of the field, but as we mentioned, thanks to the very special format here in Stavanger, any of the top 5 players at Norway Chess Women can still win the tournament. And Lei Ting-jae is the one with the white pieces, the world number 3 among women and women's world champion challenger. And we do see a move by Humpy that is the pawn push attacking the bishop. So this is now going sharper. It's going to be a lot more concrete than that slow maneuvering and the traditional position.
Queen goes out either to a5 or to b6, and then at the right moment you're going to castle long. I do think that that's what she wants to do in this position, but maybe she has different plans, because even though the fact that you have already those pawns on h6 and g5 and you've weakened the structure in front of your king, it doesn't seem like white has a clear way to attack it. He feels that f5 is the right move, is the right way to free himself up. But is it? Is the big question, because right now, I understand if you do start exchanging, then black is just going to have a very nice position, and maybe I don't even have to take with the queen, but rather with the rook, and then I'm going to have a lot of pressure on the f file. But starting from the initial position that we have right now on the board, if white just simply takes this bishop on e6, you have to recapture, most likely, with a queen so that you keep control of this pawn on f5. You need to stay close to that pawn, tied down to the pawn on f5.
Sorry, gentlemen, but we have a move, and the computer is saying that Gukesh didn't play the best response to f5. He pushes his pawn, and the engine says it's a mistake or an inaccurate move.
We do have the move g5, but just to finish on this one, the overload idea, this is not going to happen. We're just trying to learn the overload concept right now. What's the move?
The move is queen g4.
Queen to g4.
And now it's that queen is defending c4, defending d6, defending f5, defending everything. And there isn't a move. White is threatening. Bishop takes bishop c4, winning the queen because of a pin.
Yes.
If black plays b5, then I go rook takes d6, and this is a different kind of overload. So why did Gukesh turn this down?
Don't give your pieces too many things to do. You should try to prioritize what your pieces should be doing.
I think that Magnus has been talking about not willing to play classical chess long before. And if anything, it's a last straw, but not a catalyst. And he has been minimizing his activity in classical chess for quite a while now.
But it's clear that white has a significant advantage, because though black's position is very tight, it feels like white's definitely more comfortable. So queen b2 is a fine move. It's important to take that e5 square. So
this was the plan before, try to swing a knight, maybe exchange the knight, but also potentially get the knight to c4 if you can.
For instance, what about knight g4 here instead of rook a8?
That's probably the best move in the position, actually.
Yeah. Because if f4, I jump to e3, and this is a feeling of I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm jumping all over the place, must be good. If you don't do that, I have knight e5, and I thought this might be a reasonable try.
It's so interesting to see you unpack the position and get to the truth via unpacking the position. Rook a8 doesn't seem like, it looks active, but it doesn't do much in the position. And then you get to the idea of, hey, why don't I swing a knight on e5? And then this is the best move because I have the engine in front of me, so I know exactly what's happening. Knight g4, very nice move. He did not spot it. He played the move rook to a8. It feels like one of those Magnus positions, right? Where he just squeezes and get more and more advantages on the board and then finally strikes.
And
it's also a very important game, right?
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your feet there with my words, but I was just trying to say that Magnus immediately made a move, or at least he made it very quickly.
He did play knight b4.
Jump.
Yes.
So he's even maintaining the time pressure. Please, Emil.
No, I would say that for the tournament situation, it's crucial for Magnus to win, and to win actually in the classical, because if he draws and last round he plays with black, even if he wins two matches on Armageddon, it would not be enough to win the title, because any classical win in any of the games would take, let's say, Hikaru or somebody ahead of him.
Yeah.
So he's in a sort of a must-win situation in order to try and win a tournament.
Excellent guests today, each of them bringing their own angle, their own perspective, and we are now being joined by a game theory expert. Thank you so much for joining us again, Mehmet, with the predictions.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Yeah, I was just looking at the Norway chess bar for Carlsen Carana game, It does show.
How is that one looking?
Yeah,
Dr. Mehmet?
I just cannot. So it just basically says 38% for Magnus and 52% draw. So it's giving significant practical chances to Magnus in this game. But honestly, I've been following your, commentary. So it does seem like, White has a slight advantage. But honestly, from my amateur perspective, I cannot understand this game. Why White has so much practical advantage here.
And the final moments from the game when the players claim the draw. The rule is you cannot offer a draw in the first 30 moves of the game. It's only possible to make a draw earlier if the position is repeated 3 times. And that's what happened in the game. They wrote down the move and they are ready to show it to the arbiter and claim the draw. To Anastasia, who was here with us in the studio earlier.
And there you go. The players did agree to a draw.
This is day 9 of Norway Chess and Norway Chess Women, and the tension is heating up. Anyone can still win the tournament in both tournaments. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the broadcast, everyone. This is Norway Chess and Norway Chess Women, the final 2 days of the competition, and anyone can still win the tournament.
Did White capture already the c4 pawn?
He has not. No. This is
okay.
not a live position. I think the live position is right now Magnus still thinking of whether to capture or perhaps to start with the move queen to d4 and then capture one move later. We do believe that capture is probably going to be the move. And he's just about to make that move. Rook takes c4. He does capture. And at this point, Fabi has a couple of options. Very much aimed at what Hikaru would... Whoa! That's not a move
That's
that
not one of those options, Christian.
That is not a move I expected, and he played it so fast. Rook to a5 and rook to a4. It's all about getting to the c5 pawn. Those were the top options right now. The onus is on black right now to find a way out. What happens? Let's kind of review this idea. What happens if I do take that pawn? What's the win?
Yeah.
Maybe
And we're about to see it, perhaps, because Magnus Carlsen has pushed the f pawn. He's going for the kill.
Or rook d8 and just rook c1.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is indeed. Yes. Rook to d8, rook to c1, rook to c2. The idea being that you only need to bring another attacker against knight on d5. This knight on d5 is stuck. That's it.
What is the Norway chess bar thinking, Mehmet? I see you are checking it. How is it looking? Is it giving quite a big percentage for Humpy?
Yes, it's giving 54% for Humpy Connery in this position.
Wow.
Which is a significant percentage, and 30% for a draw. And I can see that some exchanges are happening now. Let's see what were those exchanges. But it does seem like Humpy has significant advantage in this case. So if she wins, she is not going to guarantee, but given how the other games are going, she might even guarantee winning the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely, and we do have the first Armageddon of the day between world number 2 Hikaru Nakamura and world number 4 Arjun Erigaisi, just about to start. Quick reminder on Armageddon that White has more time, starts with 3 extra minutes, but Black has draw odds set. There will be a result. One of these grandmasters will win this game. In case of a draw, Black wins the game. So draw or win by Black is the same. White has only one result to aim for. White is in a must-win situation, which will mean that Hikaru will go all in. He has to win.
And Hikaru, again, it's all about the ratings for him right now. He doesn't, obviously he thinks and he wants to win Norway Chess, but that's not his priority. He wants the rating. That's the weight off his shoulders right now. There's no rating in this game. He loses, it doesn't matter. He's not going to lose rating. So right now he's playing without that chip on his shoulder.
I think that's definitely important to emphasize to our viewers that we have this rating system where what Hikaru is talking about, that's classical chess rating. And in Armageddon, as Christian mentioned already, there is no rating on the line. So he was cautious in his classical game, but in the Armageddon, he's going all in. And look at that evaluation bar is already showing so much advantage for Hikaru. It does feel like Wei has blundered this intermezzo, and it could very well mean that Gukesh will be winning his classical game. We do need to hurry back to the Armageddon, and then we will go back to Gukesh's game. Everything is happening all at once.
Yes, and we do have...
It looks like...
Looks great for Hikaru right now. You have not touched that pawn on a6.
But you're right. I just thought that the bishop is pinned, but you can't take on a6 anyway.
Get off this pin, knight to d7, and now bishop b7.
He has done king g2, yes, rook b7. And wow, Hikaru's winning.
Hikaru is winning.
His position is very, very bad, but practically these are difficult moves to deal with.
Rook to b7.
But Hikaru is being super practical, just no mistakes.
I just want to quickly highlight, we are not going there, but the bar on the right side in the corner is also showing huge advantage for Lei Tingjie because Humpy has blundered a piece, I believe.
Oh my
So there's
goodness.
a lot going on right now, but we are staying here.
Vaishali is now clearly worse, so my God. A lot happening, 98. Queen takes e5 maybe?
Queen takes e5. That seems to be it. Yep, he's just about to take it, and he did. No, this is over. This is over. It's a bad position, and there's zero compensation. On top of that, you're also down to your last minute 45 seconds against close to 4 minutes 30. I think we're going to see a resignation. Let's just stay with this one. G4 just seems absolutely dominating.
That's exactly what Hikaru is doing, not allowing the Argentine to get close.
I think there's going to be a handshake now because this is hopeless.
It's sad.
It's hopeless, yeah.
It's a sad position. The thing is, you would love to play f6, but I will just simply pass by.
Yeah, there we have it.
Arjun Erigaisi resigns in the Armageddon against Hikaru Nakamura. Hikaru wins half a point for the Armageddon win, and we do need to hurry to Gukesh's game because it is happening. The reigning World Chess Champion has a winning position against China's #1 player. There was so much going on earlier. I think we need to just catch up with what's happening right now, though. He's down a piece, but this is exactly the pattern that Christian and Vichy showed earlier, that White's attack is winning. Now the queen and the bishop are hanging. I think we do need to check what happened there as well, because Humpy had a better position. We were even saying she's the tournament leader at Norway Chess Women, and she was going to potentially win in Classical too. She had the upper hand earlier. She blundered with the bishop move. Christian, show us why this is a blunder.
Oh my goodness, Vichy, do you want to do the honors for us on this one?
Yes, so White is attacking the knight on f4. And Konero counterattacked the white queen on d4. But what Lei Tingjie is going to do now is to play queen a4.
She did.
And now see, the queen is attacked and the knight is attacked. So the queen has to do something. If it moves away, White captures the knight and is a piece up.
From a winning position to now a losing position in a very short amount of time.
There's so much for Gukesh to think through and calculate, but we also have another key game, El Clásico, Magnus Carlsen against Fabiano Caruana. And if Magnus wins that game, he will be the sole leader of the tournament. Can he convert his advantage? This is this queen and rook endgame where he is up a pawn.
What is the Norway bar saying on this one?
Thanks, Christian, for asking. I was just exactly doing that. I'm just waiting for the Norway bar to answer us, give us an answer here. But first of all, from my human perspective, this does seem to be what we call a two-result game. Either White will win or it's going to end up in a draw. And when I'm now checking the Norway chess bar, it gives 63% to Carlsen and 35% draw.
Really? So it increased?
It increased,
His
yes.
chances of winning increased, which surprises me because to my eyes, to my untrained eyes, it did decrease the chances that he's going to win this one, just for the simple fact that right now the king seems a bit weak. I do feel like I'm getting very close. At some point, you will have to sacrifice this pawn for maybe the pawn on d5. And if we get into a technical draw, rook endgame, I do expect Fabiano to defend that.
And we have a no result. Lei Tingjie has won her game against Hampi Koneru. These were the final moments from the game where Lei Tingjie finds this crucial check with the knight, a knight sacrifice that we will break down to you in a moment. But what a heartbreak for Hampi. She was the sole leader of the tournament and she had a better position but blundered a piece a couple of moves ago. This position is looking amazing, but I also feel like Fabiano has just made a big mistake. So can we actually go to
lost.
Magnus Carlsen, Fabiano Caruana, because we've just said that it's looking like Fabi is holding his ground, that he's defending well. What has he missed?
He went for the h5 pawn and allowed c6.
Oh my goodness.
He had what seemed like a fortress.
Oh my
So
goodness.
severe misjudgment.
And
sure.
in the meantime, we do have another result. Gukesh Domaraju,
Wins.
the reigning world champion, with the win against Wei. Gukesh is going to be in second place because Magnus Carlsen is about to win his game as well. What a round. Both Magnus and Gukesh recovering from their losses and taking the W today. This could be the moment where Fabiano Caruana resigns.
And right now, after queen to e4, yep.
And there it is, the handshake. The world number one, Magnus Carlsen, recovers from the losses, recovers from not having the ambition to play in classical chess. He came with that fighting warrior spirit today. He had all the intention to play for the win from the opening onwards. And he wins his game against his main rival. El Clasico match of today. Magnus Carlsen against Fabiano Caruana. Magnus wins. And these were the last moments from Gukesh's game as well. Christian.
We sort of expected that as well. Gukesh gets the win. Right now does not take the lead for the first time as we predicted, for the simple fact that Magnus did completely reverse that position from a very equal position or a somewhat equal position to a win via pure pressure. And these two players are still analyzing, trying to figure things out, trying to understand the truth of the position. But Magnus will be the leader going into the final round.
And that is Norway Chess. All three games are wrapped up at Norway Chess, but the ladies are still fighting. And this is a key game because Anna Muzychuk could be the sole leader if she converts this game. And it looks like she is about to win against the five-time reigning women's world champion, Ju Wen-jun.
They're basically unstoppable at this point.
Yes.
As the knight cuts the first.
And White has to waste one more move with the rook to be able to give a check even.
It's
So
a sad
that's
position for the rook as
which she
well.
has done. And now king
just hide the
C3
king to
or
c1.
C1, yeah.
And there are no more checks and no one can stop the pawns. It seems to have been the theme of the day. Magnus Carlsen winning with the pass pawns against Fabiano. Anna winning a key game today against Ju Wen-jun with the strength of the pass pawns and resignation by Ju Wen-jun. Anna Muzychuk wins with the black pieces, gets 3 points for this win, and she is now the sole leader of Norway Chess Women with 1 round to go. What an exciting day this has been, all decisive results. Lei Tingjie escaping from a tough position and turning the tables around against Hampi Koneru. 3 points to Lei Tingjie. Sarah Kadam also won her first classical game against Vaishali Ramesh Babu. And the key game of the day, Anna Muzychuk winning with the black pieces against reigning women's world champion Ju Wen-jun, which leads us to the following standings with 1 round to go.
Anna Muzychuk leading the tournament right now with authority, 2 points ahead in the lead, 15.5 points, followed by Koneru Hampi with 13.5, Lei Tingjie on 13, and that finishes the podium for us. Ju Wen-jun 12.5, Vaishali 9.5, and Sarah Kadam on 9 points.
And these are the results now from Norway Chess, because that was also, goodness me, what a round, Christian.
Absolutely, take a look at that. Hikaru Nakamura wins the Armageddon against Arjun Erigaisi. Gukesh Domaraju and Magnus Carlsen defeat Wei and Fabiano Caruana respectively in classical, get those very important 3 points. And that means our standings, we're standing at 15 points for Magnus. Gukesh very close behind, 14.5. Anything can happen in this one. Hikaru, 13 points, and Fabiano Caruana right now on 12.5.
What a fascinating tournament this has been, and there's still one more final day to go. Thank you so much to all of our viewers out there. We so appreciate your presence, and we will be back tomorrow, same time, same place, for the final showdown. Norway Chess Women. just one more day to go. Please be with us. God, I'm gonna miss this event. See you tomorrow.